Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be discussing a topic about acceptance testing. So let's go through the agenda. So first we'll be discussing what is acceptance testing, when to do acceptance testing process, types of acceptance testing. Before we proceed, please make sure that if you hit the subscribe button so that you'll be not missing any important updates whenever I'll be uploading some more important videos. Let's get started. First, let's go to the definition. Acceptance testing means it is basically performed by the customer for a particular period of time to check whether the application is able to handle the end-to-end business flow or not. Okay, so what customer will do is once the build will be delivered to the customer, then before moving to the production, customer will do the testing according to the end-to-end business flow to ensure that the application meets their requirement. The application meets their end-to-end business workflow. So that is the main motto of performing acceptance testing by the customer. Acceptance testing is also known as user acceptance testing, final acceptance testing, or red box acceptance testing. Friends, remember this question will come in interview. Sometimes they will be asking why acceptance testing is known as red box acceptance testing, because this is the final phase before moving to the production. That is why it is called as red box acceptance testing. Let's look at this diagram. Suppose there is a customer called A, there is a company called B. Now, what this customer A will do is, he will be going to explain all the requirements, what about they need. According to their business requirement, the customer A is going to explain the requirement to this company, okay, and requested for developing a application. Okay, so as per customer requirement, this company B will be developing a software, and then this company B will be deliver the software application to this customer. Okay, based on the customer requirement, the company will be developing the software, and in the company side there will be some testers who will be performing the testing of the application, and then finally they will be delivering that software to the customer. Now what this customer will do is, they will be having group of testers. Okay, in the customer side there will be some group of testers who are the domain experts, and they will be knowing the end-to-end business workflow. Okay, so once they will be getting the build from the company, they will be starting the testing of an application according to the end-to-end business flow, and they will ensure that the application meets the customer requirement whatever they are looking for. That is why acceptance testing is very much important before moving into the production, because from the company side whoever testers are there, right, they might be missing some business flows because they are not aware the end-to-end business scenarios, right? But whoever testers are there from the customer end, they are domain experts and they know very well about the business, so they'll be performing end-to-end business flows. They'll be using the proper test data similar to the production environment, so there will be chance to get some more issues before deploying to the production. That is why from the customer side there will be set of people who will be performing acceptance testing. Now understand, there are different approaches to perform acceptance testing. Approach 1 is, as I already told, from the customer side there will be group of testers who will be having set of business scenarios, so that they are going to execute for this application, and they will ensure that whether the application meets the customer requirement or not. That is one approach. The second approach is, customer will come to this company side with the set of business flows and requested this testers of this company to execute the end-to-end business flows. So that is also one approach to perform acceptance testing in the company side, but in client environment they will be doing. Okay, the third approach is, some testers will fly to this customer place, and this customer side they'll be having set up business scenarios. They'll be giving the set up business scenarios to this company testers, and they'll be performing the acceptance testing in the client environment and in the client premises itself. That is the third approach to perform user acceptance testing or acceptance testing. The fourth approach is these customers will provide set up business flows to the end users. Okay, the end users is kind of real-time users. So these customers will give the set up business flows to the end users to perform the acceptance testing and to make sure that the application meets the all the end-to-end business flows or not. That is the approach 4 to perform acceptance testing before the application is moving to the market or before the application is releasing to the production environment. Now understand when we should go for acceptance testing. So first we'll be doing unit testing, then we'll be doing the integration testing, then system testing, and the last phase is the acceptance testing before going for the production. So acceptance testing is the final phase of the testing, and it is done before the application is moving to the production environment. And as I told, these three testing, okay, so these three testing will be done by the testers in the company itself who has developed the product or who has developed the application. And this acceptance testing is performed by the group of testers in the client side, whoever they are. Because why in the company who has developed the product they are not doing acceptance testing? The reason being, what is the difference between the testers of the company and the testers of the customer side? The difference is the group of testers, whoever they are in the company, they are not well versed with the application. They don't know how the business working for them. Okay, they don't know how the end-to-end business workflow. But whoever group of testers are there in the client side, they are very much well versed with the application. They are domain expert, so they know what business flows needs to be checked. That is why before the application moving to the production environment, there will be group of testers or IT engineers in the client side who are going to perform acceptance testing. So acceptance testing is the final phase of testing before the application is moving to the production or before the application is releasing to the market for the end user. Now let's understand acceptance testing process. Okay, so the first page is development. Once the customer will explain all the requirements to the company, the development team will start building the application. Once development has completed developing the application, then it will move to the testing environment. In the company, there will be group of testers or testing team will be there. So they will be testing the application. They will be doing unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and if there will be any bug, then they will report to the development team and get them fixed. Once the application is completely working as expected, once the testing team will give sign up to the application, then that application will move to the UAT, which is called user acceptance testing, and this is the third phase. Okay, so in user acceptance testing, basically there will be group of testers. There will be group of testers in the client side. They will be performing user acceptance testing to ensure the application meets the customer requirement, whatever they are looking for. The application is able to handle all the end-to-end business flows, all the end-to-end real-time scenarios application is able to handle. So once that is getting passed, once UAT is completely successful, then finally that build will move to the production environment, and then successfully the application will release to the market for the end user use. Now let's understand what are different types of acceptance testing. Acceptance testing is basically two types. One is alpha testing, the second one is beta testing. Basically in alpha testing, the testing will be performed in the company premises by the internal employee or by the testing team as for the client environment. So as I told you, right, there will be a second approach where client will be visiting to the company side and they will be come up with the set of business scenarios and they will be requested to the testing team to perform the testing, but the environment should be client environment and the premises should be company premises. So that is why it is called alpha testing. Whereas coming to the beta testing basically it will be done in the client premises as per the client environment with the set of real-time scenarios. That is called beta testing. This is very important interview question. They will be asking what is the difference between alpha testing and beta testing. You will be saying that alpha testing is conducted in the company premises as per the client environment, whereas beta testing is performed in the client's premises as per the client environment. That is the major difference between alpha testing and beta testing. That is all about acceptance testing. I hope you like my videos. If you like my video, then please subscribe it. Share across with your friends whoever looking for the job. This will be very helpful for them. If you have any further question, then please comment me. I'll be happy to answer all your queries. Thank you.